Everything's just harder at the moment. It's just all, getting on top of me. I'm really worried about money. God knows how much rent arrears we're in now. The Housing Association's been sending reminders. We had somebody knocking on the door the other day. I haven't been opening the letters. And there was no way I was up to talking to anybody about it. I just feel panicky about it the whole time. And then, I try not to think about it, but then I just end up thinking about it all the time. Anyway, that was last Thursday, and that was the day I just couldn't get out of bed. I think it's because it just felt safer not to do anything, Sometimes I barely got enough money to get through the week. I wouldn't mind, but he doesn't like it if we don't have the meals he likes when he's at home. I mean, I'm not a magician, am I? I can't just magic stuff up on the pennies he gives me for shopping. Anyway, mostly I go without my lunch, just so I can make the money stretch over the week. And I've tried to cut down on drinking and fags and that, because, they're expensive these days, aren't they? But sometimes it feels like they're the only things that are stopping me from losing the plot. I don't know how much money he's going to give me this week, but we'll just have to see what, Oh, and I know he owes his mate a lot of money. I don't know how much because he won't tell me, but he's stressing about it. And I'm stressing about it too. I can't stop thinking about it. But his mate, he's not the sort of bloke you borrow money off and then not give it back to him, if you know what I mean. He manages the money. He reckons I'm no good at that sort of thing. Yesterday I didn't have enough money for my fags, so I had to borrow one from the lady next door again. She's getting fed up with me doing that, but I was gasping. I just feel like my life's ruined, really. We're in a rut. It's not what it once was, the relationship. My kids won't come round anymore. They're both grown up now. God, they can't stand him. He only came on the scene when they were teenagers, so... And they never got along, I think he was too strict with them, really. He didn't let them just be daft kids, Oh no, it just seems harder to stay in touch with my family and my friends. And I know I'm probably drinking too much. But I find it helps stop me from panicking, because my nerves are terrible at the moment. The medication helps, but it doesn't seem to make all this other stuff go away. My husband isn't supportive. I don't think he really gets me, you know. He says he finds it really difficult to deal with my anxiety and that he needs a break. I know how he feels. I mean, I don't think he really cares about what I'm dealing with on a daily basis. Sorry, you're asking me about my husband and our relationship. Well, I mean, he's a grumpy so-and-so at times. He's better when he's working, but he's not working at the moment, so... He's waiting for this bloke he knows to let him know about some work, which should be well paid, hopefully. He does landscaping and labouring, and there's a big job over in an old people's home in Harborne, so fingers crossed. He's just sitting around at home at the moment, watching telly and drinking when he's got some. He won't let me watch my programmes of an evening. He's out most nights, actually. Seems money's not an issue when it comes to drinking with his mates. Oh God, he comes home really late. All messed up. If I try to say anything to him about it, he just calls me a crazy bitch and tells me to calm down. We don't really have a relationship these days. Well, we've been together 15 years. Got married a year ago, finally. He's been really distant since then. He just doesn't seem interested in me anymore. Mind you saying that, I'm not exactly overjoyed about him, to be fair. I mean, it's sad, isn't it? But that's just life, isn't it? Oh, it's different if he's after something. And he's all charm. And he won't stop till he gets what he's after. Anyway, what I meant to say when I said we didn't see eye to eye is just that, you know, we lead different lives, we've just got different interests. We don't really talk to each other that much anymore, to be honest. He gets to go out with his mates, have a drink with them. I mean, that's what he likes. He's lucky that way. I mean, that's the way it is for blokes, isn't it? I miss seeing my mates, though. He never got along with them, so it was difficult, really. All my kids. Now it's just summoning up the energy to see people at all that's hard for me. Did I tell you he was grumpy? Can't remember that. I mean, I suppose what I meant was just that he's grumpy, you know, grumpy and miserable. His friends think he's a right laugh, and the families. And my psychiatrist thinks he's lovely. He said he was so supportive at my last appointment, you know, when he come with me. Sometimes he gets in a right mood, though. And then I just keep my head down because it's not worth the hassle. It's worse when he's drinking. And then that's a problem for me because I'm I'm sort of waiting for it to start, you know, and then, oh God, it's terrible for my nerves. Like, if he thinks I've done something wrong, like the other night I didn't make his favourite meal, he just called it shit and shoved it at me. He says some nasty things when he's drunk, you know, like names, stuff I wouldn't even say to my worst enemy. And what I meant when I said, you know, he won't stop until he gets what he wants, is he's not bothered if I've got a headache or anything. If he's in the mood, then I've got to be in the mood as well, like it or not. He's horrible to my friends. When he did used to come out with us, he used to just sulk. Or, you know, he'd make an excuse and leave early. One time, he called my best friend a filthy slag. Ended up screaming at each other at the end of the evening.